The Wild Boar's Legacy. Please subscribe so you don't miss a new story. In a dense, ancient forest that had witnessed countless seasons, a mighty wild boar named Bramble ruled with an iron hoof. Bramble was renowned for his colossal tusks, swift charge, and cunning mind. He was a creature of legend, feared by the smaller animals, yet admired for his unmatched wisdom. The animals of the forest looked up to him as a leader, and Bramble relished his role as guardian and guide. The Intruder. One bright morning, news spread like wildfire throughout the forest. A formidable newcomer, a massive tiger named Kaida, had entered the woods. She possessed a fierce reputation and intended to make the forest her new domain. Bramble, the wise boar, decided to meet this challenger. As Bramble ventured deeper into the forest to confront Kaida, he couldn't help but admire her strength and courage. Their initial meeting was tense, with both creatures sizing each other up. Kaida's blazing amber eyes met Bramble's wise gaze, and they stood in an uneasy silence. Bramble, always a diplomat at heart, was the first to speak. He shared stories of the forest's history, its delicate balance, and its unique inhabitants. Kaida, though fierce and independent, had never heard tales of the forest's rich tapestry and the importance of protecting it. She realized that her initial intentions had been misguided, as her quest for dominance could destroy the very world she sought to conquer. Over time, Bramble and Kaida engaged in a dialogue that went beyond mere words. They explored the forest together, witnessing its beauty, its vulnerabilities, and its interconnectedness. Bramble's wisdom and Kaida's strength complemented each other, and they began working together to protect their shared home. Word of their alliance spread, and the forest's inhabitants, who had once been divided by fear and uncertainty, started to come together. The smaller animals, who had once lived in fear of Kaida, began to see her as a protector rather than a threat. The alliance between the mighty boar and the fierce tiger not only secured the forest's safety but also brought harmony and unity among its residents. The tale of Bramble and Kaida's alliance became a legend in the forest, a story of two powerful beings who chose cooperation and compassion over conflict and dominance. The forest thrived, and Bramble's wisdom was celebrated not only among the animals but also in the hearts of those who learned that understanding and unity could conquer even the fiercest of challenges. The challenge of generations. Years passed, and Bramble, the wise boar, continued to guide the forest. But age had taken its toll on him. His once mighty tusks, symbols of his strength, had now withered and weakened. It was a poignant reminder of the passage of time and the inevitable changing of the guard. As Bramble's tusks weakened, a new generation of boars emerged, eager to prove their worth and lead the forest. They challenged Bramble, each one determined to claim the title of the forest's new leader. The forest residents watched with a mixture of sadness and anticipation, hoping that the old and wise Bramble could maintain his leadership. One day, a particularly ambitious boar named Flint stepped forward as Bramble's challenger. Flint was young and strong, his tusks sharp and imposing, and he believed that the time had come for new leadership in the forest. The challenge was inevitable, and Bramble accepted it, for he knew that the forest needed a leader who could physically defend it. The day of the challenge arrived, and the forest gathered to witness the showdown between Bramble and Flint. The two boars locked horns in a test of strength, and the ground trembled beneath their feet. But as they pushed against each other, Bramble's weakened tusks began to give way, and it became clear that Flint would win this physical battle. However, Bramble, ever the wise leader, did not let the contest end in violence. He suddenly released his grip and stepped back, surprising everyone. The forest fell into a hushed silence. Bramble spoke with a calm and weathered voice, "Flint, you have won the contest, but true leadership is not just about physical strength. It is about wisdom, compassion, and the ability to bring the forest together." Flint, catching his breath and hearing the truth in Bramble's words, lowered his head in respect. Instead of seizing power through dominance, he understood the value of Bramble's wisdom and experience. He withdrew his challenge and, with humility, asked to become Bramble's apprentice. Flint pledged to learn the ways of leadership from the old boar and to protect the forest and its inhabitants with both strength and wisdom. Over time, Flint and Bramble worked together, with Bramble sharing his knowledge and guiding Flint in the ways of leadership. The forest residents were inspired by their harmonious partnership, and they learned that leadership was not about being the strongest but about being the wisest and most compassionate. Bramble's tusks may have withered, but his legacy was now carried forward by Flint, who, in his humility and wisdom, became a leader who valued the unity and welfare of the forest above all else. The forest thrived under their shared leadership, and Bramble's story became a cherished legend, reminding all that true strength was not just about physical might but about the ability to inspire and lead with wisdom and compassion. The Wild Boar's Legacy. As time flowed on, the bond between Bramble and Flint grew stronger. Bramble shared not only his wisdom but also his experiences and tales of challenges and triumphs. The forest began to see the two boars as a symbol of unity and continuity, bridging the gap between the old and the new. Bramble's tusks, once a symbol of his power, continued to wither away, but his spirit and influence remained undiminished. He watched as Flint, his faithful apprentice, grew into a wise and compassionate leader. Under their joint leadership, the forest flourished in a way that it never had before. The animals of the forest, both small and large, began to live together in harmony, respecting each other's roles and contributions. Bramble's final days approached, and the forest residents, once again, gathered to honor their beloved leader. As he lay beneath the sheltering canopy of the ancient trees, Bramble spoke his last words to Flint and the gathered animals: "My tusks may have weakened, but my heart is full. Remember that strength comes in many forms, and true leadership is about guiding, inspiring, and protecting those you lead. Our forest's future is in your capable hooves, Flint." With those words, Bramble closed his eyes for the last time, surrounded by the creatures he had dedicated his life to protecting. The forest was filled with a sense of loss, but also a profound appreciation for Bramble's legacy of wisdom and unity. Flint took up the mantle of leadership, and his first act was to initiate a day of celebration in honor of Bramble's memory. The forest came alive with festivities, where animals from all corners of the woods shared their talents, stories, and knowledge. The day was a testament to the forest's newfound unity, where every creature, big and small, had a vital role to play. The tale of Bramble and Flint's partnership became a cherished story, passed down through generations. It was a story of leadership that emphasized the importance of wisdom, compassion, and unity over brute strength. The forest flourished under Flint's guidance, and the animals lived in a harmonious balance that had never been achieved before. The legacy of Bramble, the wise boar, and Flint, his humble apprentice, became a lasting metaphor for leadership. It taught that true leadership was not about the size of one's tusks or the force of one's charge, but about the content of one's character, the ability to bring unity and wisdom to the forefront, and the commitment to protect and nurture the world we call home. Bramble's spirit lived on not just in the tales but in the very heart of the forest he had loved and protected. The end. Don't forget to subscribe.